That's a good content. I don't understand any of that.
What, the THC infused?
Yeah, THC.
They have so much of it now.
Is that? Can you put it in cocktails? Is that the?
I wouldn't.
Is that the drug part, or is it not the drug part?
THC is the drug part.
Yes.
What's the other?
CBD.
So CBD is the non-drug part.
Correct. Well, it's not the part that gets you high.
Then why would anybody care about it?
Because
it's got-
allegedly it has health benefits.
So you rub it on your skin?
Yeah, sometimes. Some people put
Matt
it in
has a
lotions.
roller that helps with the pain in his back and his shoulder. And the THC one is what gets you high.
Yeah.
THC.
Yes.
Yes.
And what was the other one?
CBD.
CBD. I'll never remember that.
And then LMNOP.
QRS.
Yeah, there's that one too.
Run DMC.
I had the DTs once.
You have what?
I had the DTs.
Honestly, all
Okay.
at once isn't bad.
No,
Like, really.
Wait, what?
The
DTs.
DTs once. I'm like,
What's it stand for? And what's the famous beer named after it?
Delirium tremens.
Very good.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
British Beer Company knowledge right there.
Yeah, they have THC infused vodka, but I don't think it's.
So you get high and drunk?
Well, no, so I don't. I guess they call it vodka, but I don't think it's.
No, because I don't
like
think you can
alcoholic.
legally sell anything THC infused with alcohol.
You can't.
Right.
You can't mix it in a bar or restaurant.
Right, but they call it. Maybe they.
So we
call it
can't.
spirit,
We
but
can't
it's
serve
like a
beer
clear
and
spirit.
hash brownies.
So, but I went to Harpoon
Am I
Brewery.
going off?
That I don't know.
Because hash is that not?
That's not legal.
Hash.
What's legal?
Marijuana
CBDBs, right?
and cocaine. Yeah,
was
CBDBs.
yeah.
CBDBs you can get at the gas stations.
Anyway, you can't have that in brownies and serve beer.
What?
But Harpoon does. Not the brownies. They have like a THC seltzer. And I know. I'm sorry. I went to a concert. I was like, I'm going to rip these.
I've heard it of a couple places.
So you can sell.
I don't know.
Craft beer sells it.
THC ones?
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know.
Not the CBDs.
No, they've been selling CBD infused forever.
Right.
Yeah.
But the CBDs, they rub it on your skin.
You can.
It's
This is the best episode ever.
so
All right.
CBD,
THC, what does that stand for?
okay, before we go do this,
probably chemicals of some kind.
Okay.
we want to do an intro and then start over because
Nope.
Why would we do that? That sounds silly.
Hey, remember when I sent you the thing about people
This is bar talk.
moving because they
There's your
smoked
intro.
weed
Yeah.
in the restaurant?
Yeah.
Talk about that.
That was fucking on the list.
Yeah. See, we're just moving it up a bit.
Yeah. I mean, are we even recording? I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah, we have like
All right. Hey, welcome back to the Bar Talk podcast. I guess we're recording.
45 minutes later.
Yeah.
I am Andy, joined today by Dan Mahoney of Stats of Boston.
Yo.
Karl Heine, Tolson's Tap and Tavern, New World Tavern. We're recording. Thank you, Karl.
Hello, everybody.
And Karl's back.
He's back.
And Jess Hamill, New World Tavern.
Hello.
We're learning all about THC, HBGs,
CBD.
HDH.
I'll be right back.
But like, Jesus
go
Christ,
to
we start recording, he
THC.
leaves. But like, CBD is like, people will say it cures fucking everything.
That's debatable, but yeah.
What?
That's everything.
I've heard so much.
C, what?
CBD.
CBD, the stuff that you rub on.
Yeah, the
Okay.
I mean, technically,
THC
Every time-
is the chemical
is
to get high on.
high.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Every time you say the word
So what's in the
rub, I'm
gummy
not
beers?
thinking of what I should be thinking.
That would be THC,
THC is in the gummy bears.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
but probably CBD too.
Right.
Like you,
But that's okay.
yeah.
Right.
All of it.
You don't know.
Like you smoke a joint, you're getting both.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's just the extractions that they
Yeah.
take from the.
So
but they can
the
extract
THC,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
gets you high.
yes.
Not the hash.
But you can have
The what?
the
CBD.
CBDs
Separate.
without the THC.
Correct.
But you can't have the THC without the CBDs.
You probably can. I'm not.
Or do you
I'm
care?
I'm not a chemist, but
I
usually
don't know.
if you're getting.
Let's go find some stoner out on the street.
Usually,
and
if you're
ask him.
getting THC, you don't really give a shit about this. Like, I mean, you're like CBD, cool, extra. But the CBD,
Gives you extra superpowers.
you
Well-
are looking for the alleged health benefits without getting high. So it's like if you're into the THC, it's not like you're like, oh, I don't want to feel more relaxed or have less muscle aches, like that's not even a concern. But if you're trying to use a CBD for the health benefits, you're like, I want to feel better, but not get stoned and not be able to go to work.
Right.
So there's 50-50 splits, and I have not been here for 10 minutes of conversations. We talked about this
It
already.
hasn't changed at all.
right.
We're still trying to get Karl.
Still talking about weed.
Yeah.
So they have like, you can get like vapes or strands of weed that's like 50% THC, 50% CBD. And just think of that as a session beer.
Is that legal?
Yeah.
Really?
At the weed store.
So
Right.
if I take a gummy,
In
am
this
I
state,
looking
it's
for
legal.
500 milligrams? Like, what am I looking for?
500 milligrams?
If I mean,
Holy shit.
I want you to take
Like an
5.
aspirin?
500 milligrams is like you like waking up tomorrow and being like, where am I?
You'll
Waking
be
up in like 3 days.
you'll be in Uncle John's banjo if you play.
Yes.
You're
So
probably looking
what
at, like-
if I was a beginner and I wanted to try gummy bears, right?
I would say
5
like 5
milligrams.
milligrams.
5?
Yeah, but you can even get like M&Ms that are like.
So is
1
there a big
milligram.
difference between 5 and 6?
Yep.
Or is it?
Yeah. Well, yes. It
It's
also
a whole
depends on
milligram
how you consume
difference.
it.
Yeah.
You
Like,
want to get the 1
seltzers,
milligrams.
I've found aren't as potent as something that you eat. So like a cookie or a gummy. The seltzers aren't, and they're saying they're 5 milligrams. It's just not the same.
The thing that fucks you up is it takes a long time to kick in if you're doing an edible.
Really?
So like 45
Thought it was
minutes.
quicker.
No. So
No.
45
Well,
minutes in, you're like,
no.
I don't feel anything. I'm going to have another.
bite.
And then they both kick in.
So
and
how
you're
long
like,
does it kick in?
Sometimes it's like
Depends on
20
your
minutes.
20
metabolism.
minutes?
Yeah.
I mean, it varies.
Yeah.
Just a shot in the dark.
I mean, just like alcohol.
minutes.
Like, do you have a
Takes me
full
20
stomach?
minutes.
Are you on an empty stomach? You know,
Right.
that kind
Really?
It's like drinking beer. How
Yeah.
how quickly are you going to get drunk on an empty stomach? Quicker than you would.
Yeah, but drunk and buzzed are two different things.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I mean, I don't want to take a gummy and be drunk,
of. Right.
right?
So you can
It
you
depends
can
on your
get,
day.
I was going to say, yeah. What?
like I've seen M&Ms that are 1 milligram a piece.
I have
So
those. They're
You
the
can
best.
you can really like. Do you want to try 1 milligram? Do you want to try 10 milligrams?
That's really how you control
Or-
your day.
Yeah.
This is a good roulette thing if you want to just really mess with yourself. You
Just
buy,
mix them in,
No,
regular
listen,
M&Ms?
you buy the gummies,
Yeah.
you let them melt in your car, and then they all congeal as one, and then you just take bites because you don't know how much is in each bite. That happened to me.
Okay.
And I
I'm
was
like,
comatose.
why are we doing this on purpose?
It was in my backpack, and I forgot it was there, and then it melted in the sun, and then I was like, well, I still want a piece, and I took a bite.
How'd your day go?
I was it was like one of those things where you're laying down and like I really wanted to lift my head up to watch the TV and I just couldn't.
It was too scary.
It was too
So
heavy.
I have a good friend that was experimenting with the marijuana for the first time and had some very interesting
marijuana.
experiences, including being so high at Lucioso's in like November and being like, "Hey, is there anyone on the deck?" And be like, no. Okay, I'm gonna go lay down for a bit. I'm like, no, you're not. You can't do that, fish.
I was waiting for that stage.
Why would let
I
the
respect
man lay
that.
down.
Yeah.
At least he's doing it where no one
So
else
now,
is.
can you make your own gummies?
Yes.
You've always could.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is it legal now?
To make your own.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do
Yeah,
whatever you
can
want.
do whatever you
It's
want.
America.
If you purchase
So
This is Massachusetts.
it. You can
let's just pretend I don't understand the procedure here.
You don't understand any of it. So
What,
So
how to
I-
make
I-
a gummy? I
Yeah.
don't fucking know how to
Hey,
make
I
a
don't
gummy
know.
bear.
Go get Adam Russell. He'll tell you.
I know
You
how to
what?
make
If you want
brownies.
to have that
Right.
conversation,
But if you can grow your own weed in the backyard, right? And what is it? 4 plants per person?
I think it's more than that.
Is it now?
I
Yeah.
think.
Say you're growing your own,
Yeah.
and I want to make my own gummy.
Yes.
How much? Like, how do you do that?
Well, first, you would,
I don't know. B, if you want to have that conversation, we can do another recording.
Right.
Because a really good friend of mine is like the head edibles maker for
Yeah.
Coastal. Or Coast.
oh, nice.
Wasn't she already on this podcast?
She was
once?
a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you were
You would
equally
need to
confused
buy
that
We
day.
can-
THC
yeah.
in preferably like a liquid form.
But no, I'm growing it. Can I just boil my
So,
plants?
but
or
like,
something?
so if you
I mean,
were, so get off of the gummies. Like if you were going to, what? Oh yeah, stop tapping the table, Karl. Jesus Christ, he's not here for like 6 months.
I know,
Doesn't
right?
know how this works.
He's flipping tables over.
So like if you were gonna make brownies,
Yeah.
you would like, I believe it's like you cook the pot in like butter.
Yeah, you usually would have like tea. You'd have weed infused butter.
Yeah, and then you would
And then
use that
you'd make
butter
the
to make the brownies. But you wouldn't do that for a gummy. So
No.
like I don't.
It's basically like again like something in this in a.
So there's not a bunch of leaves in my brownie.
No, no. Like I even know someone that made
munching on
like
He's
like
in the
weed
back
infused
chewing on butter.
Alfredo
Koala
sauce.
bear.
Yeah.
All right.
But so
let's
Dan,
go. Let's
you
go back to
have-
marijuana. If I had a plant, how long would it take to grow to where I needed to grow to?
This is pop talk.
I know.
Yeah.
With I don't know. I've never
I know.
grown.
Does he? I mean, I know he's got the long hippie beard, but that doesn't mean that he's a marijuana expert.
Well, somebody had to grow a plant once in their lifetime in this group.
No.
Idiots.
But you said that they sell THC infused seltzers at the Harpoon Brewery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
I had one. It was great.
That was great.
How did you
I
know?
haven't tried the
Because it
seltzer.
says it on the menu.
They're all right.
How do I know it's great?
Yeah.
Because I had a good time.
Yeah, because he was high as shit.
I was, yeah.
So
So
there
on a
was-
whole different level.
So
How
was there
many did you
alcohol
have?
in it too, or was it just a?
No,
that's
just
illegal.
Just the
There's no
THC.
That's what I
alcohol.
thought. Yeah.
I only had one because one, I don't really smoke
then-
weed, so I was
right.
trying to fucking keep my life on track to be out in public. So
Do they have a limit?
I don't know. I'm not big into asking questions,
I know.
Jess.
They had a sign. It's
All
like,
right.
you
Well,
know,
that was all my questions on.
like when you have a really high ABV, they're going to tell you, "Hey, you can only have 2 of these."
I'm sure there is.
Right. So that's what I was saying.
And I think
I
they
don't
were.
think I've ever seen. Now, is it?
That's the first time I ever saw it, and that's
So
literally
do you
why
think
I
it's
got
because
it.
it's a brewery and not a restaurant?
I don't know. They need to sell food.
I was really
I know, but, like,
surprised.
I think a brewery license is different.
Yeah, I
isn't it?
don't know. That's a good question.
I was really surprised that the craft beer seller was able to sell them, and she said it's like there's like some sort of vagueness or loophole in the laws that allows her to sell them.
Yeah, because they sell the THC infused quote unquote vodka at the liquor store right by the Stop and Shop over here.
Oh,
That's
no
where I
kidding.
saw it for the first
Yeah?
time.
How do you know? That's what it is.
Oh,
It says it. What are you talking about?
interesting side note. I just found out this existed because I was watching Something's Burning with Burt Kreischer,
Okay.
and his guests were Cheech and Chong. So Cheech and
it.
Chong has.
Do you know who those are, Carl?
Yes.
Okay. Just
so-
making sure.
I'm a Mexican American.
They have their own vodka called Judge's Water, because I guess that's a reference to one of their skits.
Okay.
And so you buy the box that the vodka bottle comes in, and it also comes with a bowl, a stem, and a tool to turn the vodka bottle into a bong after you're done drinking the
Nice.
vodka. I'm like, that is fucking awesome.
That's great.
I love that.
I would buy it just for that.
I know. I'm like, that's great.
Look, sometimes packaging is all you need.
Yeah.
There was a whiskey that I almost really wanted to buy in a liquor store because it looked like one of those old square gas tin
Oh, yeah,
tins.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I was like, wow, that looks wicked cool, like very vintage looking. But I'm
Yeah.
like, I would never drink it.
I
But I
think
just
it's
want to buy it just for the bottle.
I think it was the first year we were at the Bar and Restaurant Expo. They were selling gin in like little mini 50-gallon drums. That was really cool.
what's that tequila that it's like the really tall ceramic looking
Oh yeah.
blue
I
and
can't
white
remember.
bottle?
Super expensive, isn't it?
Wicked expensive.
yeah.
But I feel like people just want to buy it because it looks pretty.
You can make a lamp or a bong out of it,
Yeah.
Right.
or both.
Or,
Why choose?
you know, why, right.
Light up your
You
day
light up-
and your night.
So I know now that we work with a lot of dispensaries that they are working towards public consumption, and they all like have areas that like this is a huge dispensary. They're like, well, this area is intended to be for public consumption eventually. Do you think that's going to affect the restaurants? Do you think there's going to be like
I'd like to be a restaurant right next to it.
Yeah.
I'm telling
Yeah.
you, like the food pop-ups, are
Nachos and
crush.
pretzels. I'll tell you right now.
yeah.
I don't know, because I feel like it's not like people are going to sit there for hours and consume on
They might, but they just think it's 5 minutes.
Or the other way around. They've been like, we've been here like 3 hours, and like it's
It's
10
been
minutes.
5, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like a lot of people, and again, look, take what I say with a grain of salt, only because I just live with somebody that's a pot person. I am not one myself. That they want to do it in the comfort of their own home. And now, especially that it's legal in Massachusetts and you can just go to the store and get it. And then you just come home, relax. Matt will like put on National Geographic and just
No
watch
names,
the
no
crazy-
names.
Matt?
No names.
That's his alias.
That's
His real name's Matthew.
right.
Matt does not hide that he's a pothead.
Right. It's,
At all.
Yeah, it's he's got a hippie van. Have you seen it?
Oh, I've seen it. It's perfect.
But I feel like it's a very, and maybe that's different in Plymouth. Like
Well,
maybe I'm thinking some of the places in
I don't know. It's
Boston.
weird.
I don't know.
Like I don't smoke unless I'm at home because I'm a crazy lightweight. Like I took like one hit last night and was like, I am so
And he
fucked
almost
up.
canceled the podcast again.
Actually, I'll apologize. Last time I forgot to take care of a friend's dog, so that was the whole
yeah.
thing. It was a dog thing. Yeah. But
You had to take care of a bitch, if you know what I'm saying.
oh, cops were involved. That's the whole story.
Damn.
Next podcast.
Bucket of water.
But look at the water.
Carl got dark.
But yeah, like if I take a hit, 2 hits, if I have to go anywhere near a vehicle, it's a bad idea. So like,
Yeah.
I have to be home. But I know there are people that will just like hang out, you know, like
Oh, yeah,
outside.
I mean,
and-
there's plenty of people that can just, do their own day and do whatever. That's fine. But I'm just saying, like, I feel like to sit and smoke or have an edible and like sit there for enough time that it's going to affect the restaurant business. Like
Yeah.
they're going to sit there and hang out as opposed to coming to the bars and hanging out. I don't really see that.
No, I mean, I think years ago when all these breweries started to open up, it was the same question. Are the breweries really going to hurt the restaurant industry? And it really hasn't.
yeah.
Right.
It's weird though with the dispensary. Like, think for weed. Like, when you're at a bar, you have like a couple drinks. Like, you're gonna have a couple joints. You're gonna be fucking
Right.
Oh my God, you'd be
Right.
dead.
dead. Yeah,
But that's what I'm
Like,
saying. So I don't think it's something that you can just sit there for a lengthy period of time, and then it would affect going out to a bar. If anything, I feel like it would help because you're like, I'm so hungry, man. Let's go to the bar next door.
Yeah, but I don't want them coming into that.
They're coming in whether you like it or not. Anyway,
That
Dan.
is true.
Do you
I
think
smell them
that?
often.
Literally.
Do you think that the dispensaries at some point will take a nosedive from what they were, or have they already?
No, they are definitely on an upswing.
Do you think so?
So weren't breweries though.
Well, I think breweries are on a downturn.
Yeah,
I've
Right,
seen
but
a
look at how long
bunch
that took.
close.
Right,
life's,
so-
life's a bunch of peaks and balances,
Yeah.
guys.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
that.
So at what point do the dispensaries? I mean,
I'd
when
say
they first
they got
opened up, they were taking millions of dollars in a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, they still
And
are.
now there's so many of them. Are they really taking in that much money, or is
Per
it
store?
just now there seems to be 1 or 2 in every town?
They're
like
everywhere.
5 here.
Yeah, I was
which
gonna say.
which is I think why they're starting to work with us, because now they're like, okay, now we need to
Yeah.
differentiate. There we
you
go.
Good job.
I got stoned last night. Leave me alone. That's how much of a lightweight it is. I'm still recovering. But themselves from everyone else. And so now we're doing like terrarium nights and the same thing at dispensaries to try and draw people in so they can get, if you
Yeah,
draw.
they're doing live music and stuff
it's
too.
the same. To me, it is how breweries were 15 years ago.
Well, that's the question I guess I have is if you're doing that to get people into the dispensaries, are the dispensaries not getting the people in on their own?
It could be.
There's just more of them,
It
Right,
could be
yeah.
that they know that you're definitely going to buy from them as opposed to going to the other place down the street.
And is there anything different between the two of them? I mean, are they
Pricing.
selling the same product?
So here's an interesting thing. So I just listened to a podcast. It's called Science Versus, and they did Science versus Cannabis. Great show. And it was all about like there's indica and sativa, which are supposed to be 2 different types of marijuana that give you 2 different types of reactions. Like indica is like in the couch, and sativa is more like, hey, let's go out and have a good time. And they were talking about CBD and everything.
You following?
A little bit.
Okay, so
Happy and sad. Think of
I mean,
it.
I've heard a lot of these words on
Right.
Snoop Doggy Dogg's songs.
So
but go
like
ahead.
a biologist went and like did the DNA sequencing type,
Okay.
Jurassic Park shit, and
And
is
he made
like,
weed dinosaurs.
yeah, and he's like, the whole idea of indica and sativa is garbage. There is no distinct. He's like, it's like if you went to the grocery store and bought a Granny Smith apple. Every grocery store, Granny Smith apple is going to be the same. He's like, this is more like you go in and you buy a Granny Smith apple, and it's going to be like a Golden Delicious. He's like,
Okay.
and he's like, it's partly because of where pot came from. It's something we've been cultivating forever, and for a huge portion of the history, we have been doing it illegally and moving it around and in fields, and so it's the idea that it's so distinct and separate is just bullshit.
Right, but what you were asking more was like, is everybody selling the same shit?
Right.
Like, is everybody like?
In other words,
every
I go to a
is selling
bar
Bud
and they're
Light.
selling. Yeah.
Right.
But
Yes
that's the
and
point.
no.
No, they're not.
Because some cannabis companies will have certain contracts with certain stores and they'll sell their stuff and only their stuff. A lot of the times there's a place that's down the street from my house. I will 100% go to that because their prices are way cheaper than the place that's
But the product is different.
Different
some
brands.
of it's not.
Yeah.
Like Coast Cannabis is almost in every dispensary I've seen.
Because you can't buy directly from them.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but I've seen their chocolate bars for $35. I've seen their chocolate bar, same exact chocolate bar for $20. It just all depends on why do you look so confused?
Why are you buying chocolate bars?
Because they're
You got weed in them.
weed in them.
Oh,
like your
that's the other
gummies.
thing, Karl, is not just gummies. They put weed in fucking
Everything.
everything.
And that's what you can get at the dispensaries?
Ice
Yes.
cream,
Oh,
coffee.
I thought it was just like a...
Want to go take a field trip later?
Yeah.
No.
They'll take a different kind
And
of
now
trip.
it's like, just like anything else.
Oh,
It's like
see,
brand-
now I didn't realize that you could get
can
food
gummies.
there.
Yeah, you can get gummies. You can get like hard candies. You can get
Really?
chocolate bars. Yeah, you can get anything.
Son of a bitch, I just thought it was all leaves. And
No.
Nope.
No.
It's all leaves.
Joints.
It's just in a pile of leaves.
Do you want me to roll this for you? You want to take it as it is?
They do that too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think they roll it for you. I think they're already rolled.
They have pre-rolls.
Yeah.
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 You get bongs there.
Yeah.
Blunts.
Blunts. I don't know if
Yeah.
they sell blunts.
Yeah, that's different.
See, the only word I know, and you guys
But there's a
You
lot
also
of-
used the word
Snoop Dogg.
hash earlier, so
Yeah, well, I thought... I didn't know that.
like sprinkle some angel dust in there. We'll figure out what happens.
There's a lot of branding too. Like you can get Fireball whiskey edibles. There's no whiskey in them,
Right.
but they're like cinnamon Fireball flavor.
Dude, I don't want the
Yeah, I
drink
want that.
Fireball. I don't smoke Fireball.
I saw it and I'm like, this is fucking
Like
ridiculous.
the Pineapple Express and stuff like that.
yeah.
Well, that's the
In theory, yes,
yeah.
though.
Yeah,
You know?
I suppose. Yeah.
Right.
It's a movie, but it's also...
They all get it from Murder Mountain up there in Northern California.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
The Rock flies down in a spaceship.
Look at you. You're learning new things. every
I'm
day.
learning things.
Look,
I'm
you've
learning
been gone
things.
for so long. We felt like we needed to educate
Yep.
you on
He's been
something that you
studying.
didn't- Yeah.
Me and Andy had a little falling out, but he sucked up to me, and
Oh,
things are better.
We had to fall out.
we did?
I guess.
You guys fight in the parking lot?
Oh, it's right.
It's to bring back the listeners.
Oh, I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch, Karl.
Yeah.
I'll never
Anyway.
forgive
Drama.
you.
Yeah, forget it. Anyway,
Have you partaken?
ever in my life?
Well, I mean, you have a lot of questions. I mean, are
Right.
you?
Well, I don't know a
Contemplating?
lot about this,
Okay.
and I feel stupid asking people, like, what does that mean? But not to you guys, because just saying.
But I mean, it's kind of.
I feel that.
Well, it is.
I feel
Like, I don't know. Like, I really don't know if 1 milligram, 5 milligrams, 10
No.
milligrams.
That's why
I have no idea what that means. But I never knew when I was just starting, the craft beer business
Right.
and
Yeah.
drinking craft
Same thing.
beer, that there's a huge difference between a 5% beer, a 6% beer, and a
Yeah.
9% beer.
Yep.
I mean, I'd
But
be
it-
like, oh, it's only a 9. It's a double of 5. How
But
can
you
it be? It's
also
not
have to-
100.
You also have to think of it the same way as ABVs as far as milligrams is concerned, because it'll affect people differently. Like 5 milligrams is nothing to some people, but to others
Right.
it'll. put
I
you
was
on
told
grass.
I was told by
So-
somebody if I was to go on a plane, I should take an edible because it would seem like either 5 minutes on the plane or 3 days on the plane. And I said, I'm just not going to chance that.
Yeah, that's not a dice I, want to roll.
Yeah.
A plane, I don't think I'd.
Can you be?
Yeah.
Can
I
you
know a
imagine
lot
sitting
of
next to me on a plane
Yeah,
if
but
I had
I-
an edible for the first time?
No,
first
you should
timer.
never.
I sat next to you on a plane without you taking edibles, and it was weird.
You should never do anything for the first time, or you should never do anything abnormal after doing an edible for the first time. Your first time should be like at home
Yes.
with someone you know who's going to ensure that encourage you to be like, no, you're not dying.
It's okay.
The last time I took
That,
an
that
edible.
sounds like really what I want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Just make sure you're not around all of Jen's newbies.
I tell people that somebody said I should take an edible, and everybody I say that to goes, "Oh my God, you should."
Absolutely. When you were here last week with all these little kids pacing around like a motherfucker.
I wasn't pacing around. I was taking
Yes,
care
you
of the
were.
little kids.
No, you weren't. I wanted you to take an edible. I was like, you need to calm the fuck down.
I was calm.
No, you were not.
I was calm.
the time thing is probably
Pull the
like,
footage.
Yeah. Yeah.
is my least favorite part of marijuana.
The what?
My least favorite part of marijuana is the whole time thing,
Yeah.
where
yeah.
it feels like it's been a day and a half and it's
Yeah.
been like 20 minutes.
Yep.
Mine's like drying the leaves and making sure there's no seeds in it. Sometimes they pop when you roll them.
Big Afro Man guy, right?
Yeah.
Smoking
'Cause I got high.
stem.
Because I got high.
Is that a chicken?
Yeah, you never heard of that Afro?
You don't know
Man?
Afro Man?
I do know Afro Man. I
Well,
just,
there's definitely a chicken on the background.
Yeah.
I don't recall the chicken
I
in
don't
the back.
I do,
recall the
Karl.
chicken. Thank you,
Thanks,
Andy.
bud.
I don't.
It's the best
You
part
know
about
why?
Afro Man.
Because you were high.
Yeah.
It's true.
How I've seen more than one local restaurant owner complain about people coming in smelling of marijuana.
That's fucking, whether it's legal or not legal.
I have employees smelling of marijuana.
Yeah, so that's a little
Right.
that's a little different. But
Why?
my thing is like people coming in reeking of cigarettes all the time.
Yeah.
And like, why do you care about like?
Right.
Yeah.
And
I had
then,
to
you
pick
know,
between the two. I'd rather.
some people just smell.
Well,
That's also true.
right. Well, I feel like it's because the marijuana smell is way stronger when they first initially walk in, because chances are they just fucking smoked outside.
But I would
it's
say
just
that
a
it
way
depends on the
stronger scent.
marijuana that you're smoking, right? Because some of it isn't so bad and some of it's really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right. But you can't do anything about it.
So don't smoke it, eat it,
I mean,
Well-
to some people, it
because
they
you
don't
won't
want
get the
it.
smell, right?
You drink it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing is like if you have your options, smoking anything is bad for your lungs
Right.
because you're inhaling smoke.
Right.
If you eat it, you're not inhaling smoke.
Unless you're inhaling THC,
No, because that's still smoke.
because it's like rubbing that in your lungs.
No, that's
No.
the CBD.
CBD.
You're thinking of the
yeah,
rub.
yeah.
Think of it.
I was so close.
But also no.
is in CBD and B is also in rub. How about that? Is that going to make a correlation to you? He's going to rub one out to CBD.
Okay.
Wrong lotion, Karl.
Actually, interestingly enough, when I worked at Longhorn, we did a training video as part of the 3-month training that I had to do. And one of them was like a questionnaire of what would you do? What is the correct thing to do when a customer comes in and complains about someone who smells of marijuana and they sit next to them, like they sit at the table next to them, like what's the correct thing to do?
Fajitas.
Yeah. That'd be amazing, but Longhorn didn't have fajitas. So, but their answer was that you make the table who just sat down move. That was their answer. And I was like, I just feel like you can't do it. Like you can't. And this is also
Wait,
company
the
wide.
table that sat down is the one that complained, right?
Yeah, no, the table that sat down is the one that's the pot smelling. People.
Yeah, I definitely don't think you do that.
Yeah.
Like, if the person's complaining, be like, well, we can move you.
Actually, you know what? No, it was the other way around. It was the people who complained. They said to move them,
Yeah,
and I said that's
because they have the
that's
issue.
not. No, well, first of all, this was
Are you going to go up to someone
company-wide.
else and be like, excuse
No,
me,
this
do
was
you smell that?
company-wide.
Yeah.
Hey, you stinky
So-
fuck.
This was company wide, so like a lot of the places didn't have this issue.
Yeah.
As opposed to Massachusetts or any other state.
Well, it's
so
still
like
the
there was
issue,
a
it's
girl
just
that
not
we
a-
were in this
it's-
conversation with. She's like, I have never had that issue because they in their. It's just not. This is not legal in their state or wherever she's from, or it just isn't a common issue. But to me, I was like, okay, so you're gonna move the people that have already been sitting here, that have already been. Maybe they'd already eaten, maybe they've already ordered, maybe they would. You're going to make them move? That to me seemed odd. Whereas if the person who just sat down smelled a pot,
Yeah.
you could easily make an excuse. Oh, hey, sorry, I sat you at the wrong table. This server's gone
okay,
home for the
all right.
night.
I mean-
Let's move you at another table. And then you completely eliminate that awkward factor. Whereas like, okay, now we got to take
That
all
was a
your,
little more
all your
tactful.
plates
Yeah.
and your drinks and all this stuff off of this table because you complained. And then maybe they'd feel bad. Oh, I shouldn't have said anything. Like,
Well,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Fuck them. They should feel bad.
How about you just fucking shut up,
eat
eat
your
your fucking steak,
fucking
and
steak, yeah.
just get a little contact high, all right? Would you?
Because you move for that, then I'm going to move Karl because he stuff like
yeah.
malt vinegar smell and stuff like that.
Yeah,
shit,
I mean,
so.
I'm not going to complain about how the
Maybe the
mothball
guy got
smell is
sprayed
coming
by
out
a
of him.
skunk.
Exactly.
Right, see? On his way in. There was even,
Right.
He's like, I'm hungry. I'm still hungry.
Yep.
Karl, what do you do when your staff reeks of marijuana?
I just walk away, say,
Don't fuck up.
All right. Make him go outside and just air it out for a minute.
no, I do take, I'm like, dude, you friggin' reek, man.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't do that before work.
But when you encounter that situation, is it mostly front of the house or back of the house?
It's front.
It's front.
Yep.
Really? It's the opposite for me.
Yep.
See,
And if that's the case, I don't give a shit.
and I just find that to be kind of silly on their part. Like, there's so many other options.
Yep. That's what
Yeah.
I mean. Have a
If you're
gummy.
going to work, use a fucking vape or something that's
Yeah.
not going to reek.
Or
Right.
change your fucking
Some
clothes.
people aren't as
Right.
bright as me.
Well, and then
I was agreeing with you, so can we say us?
No.
We're still in a fight, Karl, damn it!
that's the other. I mean, that's another reason why like people don't want people having smoke breaks on their, on the clock is because they reek of cigarettes when they come back in.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
find
like
that
the-
a way
it's-
more
again,
off-putting smell.
But I'm just saying, it's the same situation. It
Yeah.
just sucks. Like it's like you gotta wash your hands. You gotta do this. It's like, but you're never gonna get rid of that cigarette smell. So you're right. Why would you do that? Like, why
Who
would you
smokes
just-
cigarettes anymore? Now just vapes.
Dude, a lot of people.
Just fucking
Matt's,
die
like,
already.
reverting. He was like vape city, and now he's back to cigarettes.
I'm so surprised at how many people like rip butts, and it's fucking crazy expensive too.
See, I don't
Do they
see
have
it in the city. I don't see it that
THC-infused
much.
Cigarettes? I guess that's a joint.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's called a spliff.
Yeah, I don't know.
If there is public consumption, do you think that's going to lead to THC infused entrees and desserts?
Well, I mean,
You
was
get-
it Wisdom? Was it Wisdom that was talking about how he's done that before, like
Yeah, yeah,
dinners,
yeah.
like THC dinners?
Yeah.
But I feel like that's a huge.
Just can't do it in a
Loophole
public
to-
restaurant
Well,
unless you don't serve booze. Then you could do it.
Interesting.
I feel like there's a lot of things you'd have to
It's so
hop,
hard to
skip, and
control.
jump to have to
Yeah.
do that kind of thing. That it's like, is it really worth doing a night like that? If there's all these, that's what you should do out on the patio at Tolson's. You should have a munchies and weed night. Everyone just smoking doobies out there. and
Gravity
just-
bongs.
Yeah.
They still call it doobies?
No.
Well, I was just for how to
Yeah,
relate to the generation
We're
of you.
translating to you.
Yeah, you should do that. And then you should have your little barbecue pit out there, and then
Joints? They still say joints, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Well, I
think that
feel
was
like
it.
most people call them
Doobies?
pre-rolls now.
doobies.
Dude.
I'm just trying to relate to you. in
Smoking
your
the doobies?
Old age. Yeah, you should
So-
do that at Tolson's.
I don't think, Karl, are you contemplating?
I can't do it if I have a restaurant that sells booze.
Then you can't sell booze to those people.
Yeah, what if you stop
Just get the
selling booze that
THC
night?
infused seltzers.
Well, let me think about this.
Can you stop selling booze that night?
You you could. No, just to the people who do it. Like if you sell it as a private event and you get a ticket, it's like, hey, we're not no service of alcohol, but here's the weed.
It's a lot of work.
How is that a lot of work? You
Then you
no.
gotta
You
fucking
got to
rank.
roll them. You got to get the
I'm
seeds
not
out.
saying that you have to do it personally. There's again a million dispensaries in town that will probably come to you.
Well, the interesting thing is, so like we've worked with
Doobies on the deck.
Look at you.
You get the Doobie Brothers to play.
the
Doobie Brothers cover band, yeah.
doobies on
But
Yeah.
nobody would care.
Watch Scooby Doo.
Listen, we are giving you one of the best nights of anyone's life if they remember it because they're so
It won't be
high.
the best of yours, but
No.
That's the thing is, I feel like one pre-roll would cover the whole table. Like,
that's what I
Look, it
mean. Like,
depends.
yeah,
what's like?
that.
There's not a real
depends.
benefit for it. I don't know because you can't. You're not going to spend a ton of money
Yeah, and how
doing
do
that. You
how
probably
do
get like one or two.
And if I
maybe.
charge a lot,
yeah, that's it. Pot
Yeah, but you
smoking.
could cover. You could charge a lot for the and just say it's a big giant spread of munchies. That covers the cost.
I don't know. I feel like booze is a better cost effective.
Look, I'm not saying one's better than the other. I'm just trying to give the man some ideas. All right.
I don't think you like these ideas.
I don't understand half of them.
And I'm just in like as someone serving someone else. Like, I don't know how you would police someone being overserved.
Yeah.
What overserved?
Well, that's why they're
pot?
nervous about mixing alcohol and,
Yeah,
and
'cause I
marijuana.
mean, like,
'cause you just-
Overserved pot?
Yeah,
The person who's running it, the dispensary who's running it. That would be the police.
right. No, but I mean, like now you're talking.
But they're
milligrams of
overserved
people's
themselves half
tolerance.
the time.
Like, yeah, if you put like a pre-roll on the table for me and a pre-roll on the table for Matt,
Okay.
that's gonna be a huge difference.
Same thing with alcohol. If you do a
For
whiskey,
sure.
if you do a whiskey and cigar night,
Yeah,
and you're doing samples of whiskey, 4 samples of whiskey, say Johnny Walker comes in and they do all the fucking colors. It's going to affect you differently than it's going to affect me.
I don't think you can wear your colors.
Oh yeah,
no gang colors.
yeah, no gang colors.
Um,
It's the same thing. The only reason why people think that it's different is because of how long it took to get marijuana legalized in the state and all of the regulations and rules that they have put into place in order to keep it contained.
I don't know, because I feel like someone being drunk is much easier to tell than someone who's high. Like, I've talked to a lot of people. I've talked to a lot of stone cold sober people being like, "Are you fucking stoned?" Like,
And I've seen a lot of. I mean, there's people who are perma stoned.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. That's what
Shout
I'm
out
saying.
to Johnny Blaze. And they're not, they could be not stoned at all.
Yeah.
It's just that constant look on their face. I'm just like, yeah, man, what's up?
Shit, bro.
So it's all,
I don't know. I think it'd be harder to regulate too.
I feel like it'd be.
I agree. I'm just saying. Is that the world we're coming to? It's a THC-infused world.
I think, honestly, I think you'll see a lot of the rules change once they figure out how to test how stoned you are. You know, because like a DUI, blow
Yeah.
through this, I have a accurate
Yeah.
measurement. If I think you're stoned,
So if you're stoned and you're driving, they can't.
Not-
you get pulled
not
over, they don't know?
instantly.
they could do like a field sobriety type test, but they can't get like a hard number,
Yeah.
But they could say you're
Right.
under the influence,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
I guess.
A DUI.
I don't know.
It doesn't say it's
Driving under the
booze.
influence, not.
Right.
But so, like, hypothetically, if you get pulled over for drinking, they're going to do the field sobriety test.
Yeah.
And then they'd be like, blow through this.
Gotcha.
I mean,
And you have the option of saying
but you
no.
could say
Yeah,
no.
but
Right.
you can fail a field sobriety test, and then they could choose not to give a breathalyzer.
But you could ask
That's what
for
we just
one.
said, yeah.
I know, I'm just saying,
Right.
but like, if you fail a field sobriety test and you're stoned,
Right.
you fail that.
Right.
It doesn't matter at that point. You fail.
Yeah, but then
it.
it's just a judgment call.
Yeah, then it's a judgment
to-
call.
right,
and then
but to like solidify your arrest of driving under the influence, the breath. That's where the breathalyzer comes in, because
Right.
they can narrow down a
Right,
number.
that's what I'm saying.
I know. So I'm just saying, you could still be arrested for driving under the influence, but you don't. Maybe
Did we just make that same
I
case?
feel like
I know,
she's
I'm-
saying
I'm-
what I said back to me.
Even I do. Even I do, and I usually don't.
I'm just saying.
Right.
I know.
I'm partaking in the conversation. Is this not what we do
I know,
on a
but that's
podcast?
what-
Is partake in conversation?
I don't know. I haven't been able to get a
I
word in.
haven't been here. No, you haven't been here in 6 months.
I stopped paying attention.
But that's what I'm saying is like if they can get a hard number, so if they say X amount of micrograms in your bloodstream, that line is where we're going to draw the line
Right.
for you being too high to operate or any
Right.
whatever that
Yeah.
line is. I think then it would change the way things are because it can be policed opposed to being like, well, I pulled him over. He smelled like weed. He failed the field sobriety test. He blew 0.00 on a breathalyzer. I think he was stoned.
Right.
That's still a judgment call.
Yeah,
It's
but
still-
what about pills?
I don't know.
That's what I mean.
But
Like,
pills
you
aren't
can still
pills
make-
aren't illegal, so it's like I mean, they are.
Yes.
It's not illegal to abuse.
But yes, I mean, I know what you're saying. It's just you can still get arrested for anything that is
Correct.
making you inebriated. Doesn't matter.
Correct.
What it is. Yeah.
But then there's a matter of it's not just the arrest; it's the matter of proving that you did it.
Right.
Because
Which you still
regardless
can.
of whether you're arrested,
you still can. It's just not instantaneous. Like you can take a urine
Yeah,
test, and it's just
urine-
going to take time, and then like this.
But the
and
urine
whatever.
test just says that you have done it, not that you are currently high.
right. But it still could be used.
Of course, it can
Yeah.
be used, but I mean, you could be like, yeah, I use it, but I wasn't high. That's what I'm saying is
Be like, sir, your eyes were as red as the sun.
if they can detect,
Of course
like,
you were high.
if they can,
I've been crying.
what I'm saying is if they can quantify it that you're high right now, I think you'll see a public consumption.
I also feel like a lot
Happen.
of this is us talking out of our ass.
All of it.
That's what we do here.
I feel like there's so many people out there that know way better than us that are just
Yeah.
screaming at their radio if they're listening and being like, that's not how that works.
But we didn't.
They're way too high to know what we're talking
Yeah.
about. They stopped listening 45 minutes ago.
Yeah.
The podcast is going to end 25 minutes later. They're going to be like, hey.
Thanks for listening.
But this was not a
Email
planned
us questions.
conversation.
What were you talking about?
This is not a planned conversation. Carl just wanted to know about CBD.
CBDB
Yeah.
about doobies.
The nightclub.
A lot of good bands came out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a shame.
They're calling you right now.
Yeah.
Well, they're calling to say that it's last call. So last call's the part
Last
where we go
call.
around the table and you get to plug whatever it is.
Smoke them if you got them.
So Karl, this is the part where we go around. You get to plug whatever you want.
Oh, that's nice.
Not sure if you remember that. We're gonna start with Jess.
Oh man, I don't want to start. Let's see. Oh, we actually just started a couple of new food promos. We're doing a lunch special. It's buy one get one and a half off of all of our handhelds on our menu. We do that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday from 11 to 3. And now we're going to be doing every Thursday night buy one get one free pizzas.
If I eat the entrees with my hands, it's technically a handheld. Do I get the special?
No.
Okay.
I thought they were
just you
talking about
being
Game
a-
Boys.
I don't know where to go
That's
with
just
this.
you being a savage.
Yeah.
This isn't medieval manner.
R.I.P.
Yeah. Damn.
Is that closed?
Yeah.
The one in Boston's been gone for a while.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who knew? Dan.
Apparently me. I think that Fish should have like a DJ drop on these podcasts, like how all the rap producers do.
Yeah.
So it just starts and says, fishy wishy, something, and just bubble noises. I don't
Or a
know.
mic drop. God forbid I even tap on it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've noticed
I
a
know.
lot of these mics have dents in them already. They've been dropped more than once.
So is in my
I just
head
thought Karl was eating them.
after his edibles.
Yeah.
So yeah, DJ Fish, Murphy
Yeah.
in the house. This could be the Mario bubble fish noise. That's it.
That's it.
See,
We got
Karl
Karl.
and
we
Fish
got.
are here. And I put out the mic for Fish and he didn't even hook it up.
That's because he doesn't want to talk. It's
Thank
fine.
God. All right, I'll do last call.
Karl, do
Listen.
last call.
Smoke them, drink them, do whatever you want. Just don't bother anybody else.
Yeah, I like that.
I think you just mean you. Don't bother you.
No, or me.
Well, yeah, that's, I mean, I wanted to broaden it. I said broad.
Oh, we missed you.
All right, yeah, good night, everybody. Oh, wait.
Oh,
Yeah, no. Go ahead,
not
Andy.
here?
Podcast done.
Jesus. I'm going to plug the Brewster Bar. Because good bar. And just a lot of people have been talking about him lately. Mm-hmm. Good dude who runs it. And keep trying to get him for the show.
Then he's clearly saying no.
No. It's just a scheduling thing.
He says no.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, Brewster Bar, Main Street, Plymouth. Check it out. Good place. Good drinks. Good cocktails. Good people.
Good peeps.
And you can email us at bartalkcast@gmail.com. You can find us on all the social medias at bartalkcast. And that's it. That's all I got.
DJ Fishy.
And thanks for checking out the show today, listeners. If you enjoyed the content today, you can go over to patreon.com/inebriart to support the show. You can join over there for just a few dollars a month and help us provide this fun content that you just checked out. You can also email us at inebriart.com with your questions, complaints, and concerns, or you can find us on all social medias at inebriart or at inebriart6 on Instagram. And also don't forget to check out our other shows, Bar Talk Podcast, Old Colony Cast, Inebriart, and all the other shows on the Inebriart Network, which you can find at inebriart.com. Thanks again for listening.